I'm Mike Phillips. I'm the co-president of Young Americans for Liberty at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. My co-president here at Madison is named Sean Kuhn. The event that we did was Constitution Day, and the Young Americans for Liberty National, they had a big event. They wanted every chapter in the nation to kind of compete against each other and to see which chapter could gain the most members, could pass out the most constitutions, just who could hold like the best event possible. We won first place in the Young Americans for Liberty contest.
Welcome to Profiles in Activism. Tabling, recruitment. Every campus group has to do it. The question is, how do you do it better than the rest? For answers, let's listen to Mike Phillips, whose group won a contest for their Constitution Day recruitment effort. We can break down Mike's tabling effort into 3 distinct stages. First, an attention grabber. Second, immediate engagement of passing students. Third and finally, gathering contact information and sustaining interest. To get people's attention, the Wisconsin group used what they affectionately dubbed a Liberty megaphone, shouting out funny and provocative slogans.
We have a hotspot on campus. It's called Library Mall, and we'll get thousands of people every day going through it. So we would just yell crazy stuff through the megaphone.
Please do not stop to talk to us, and do not read the Constitution ever! It's an outdated document. The Congress doesn't even need to follow it anymore. And I would like to remind you that the $13 trillion deficit is nothing to worry about. The government has it all under control. By the way, I would like to remind everybody that Thomas Jefferson was a terrorist. He's a terrorist because he questioned his government. He'll be a terrorist too if you question yours. The government is always correct.
They know we're joking, so it's funny, and then they're like, "Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense too. Like, you should question your government. That's being patriotic if you question your government."
Lots of different things can be used as attention grabbers. Many groups have had success using the world's smallest political quiz. People love quizzes. Or you might try something like a carnival game or handing out freebies. Have people standing in front of your table and on the other side of the pathway if possible. You don't want to put a barrier between you and the people you want to talk to, so meet them on their own ground rather than sitting behind a table. When someone stops to talk with you, it's important to engage them immediately.
Put a big smile on her face. Say hi, go up to them and say, "Hey, we're trying to bring a speaker to campus." And people that way are like, "Oh, well, he's trying to bring a speaker to campus," and I'd ask, like, "Could you help us out?" And then they're a lot more willing to help out because you're giving a reason. Like, "I'm trying to bring a speaker to campus," I'd say, and they want to help out with that. But if you just go, "Hi, can I have a couple minutes of your time?" I don't think that's as effective because people are like, "Oh, no, I'm going to class."
Petitions are a great idea for tabling. They aren't necessarily the most effective tool for getting political change, but signing a petition makes someone feel like they've accomplished something. And that's what we're aiming for here. Mike's group also incorporated their petition into their plans for the rest of the year. The petition was to bring Ron Paul to speak on campus, and they were very successful gathering signatures.
One of the main things we were doing too is trying to get Ron Paul to campus. Yeah, we had 500 petitions for Ron Paul just in one single day in about 6 hours.
By immediately engaging a person, you've made them excited about the prospect of future involvement with your club, and they will hopefully be more receptive to giving you their contact information.
I'd be like, "Hey, are you also interested in our group?" So people would be like, "Oh yeah, this sounds interesting. Yeah, put me on the mailing list." Something like that. And I don't know if every member was doing that. Unfortunately, I was, but we still, at the end of the day, yeah, we had the 500 Ron Paul signatures, and we had 50 people who put stars next to their name who were like very enthusiastic, who were like, "Yeah, like, we want to join your group, and like, here's my email address, here's my phone number, when's your next meeting, when's your next social?" So like 50 people who like really show definite interest in our group.
Talking with Mike about the importance of this reminded me of a conversation I once had with my colleague Lee Doran. Lee was once very successful at a job gathering signatures and donations door to door. Here's what he had to say about interacting with people when you want them to sign a petition or give contact info.
So one of the things that was always helpful for me, and it was actually taught with all the people that I even trained, was to always have a clipboard with you. Now this isn't a clipboard, but it's used to show the exact same point. And one of the most important things was the handover of the clipboard. So Whenever you meet somebody, it's really important to have direct eye contact with them, which everyone says all the time, but a lot of people don't do. Have direct eye contact, say your name, what organization you're from, and then you literally hand over the clipboard in a vertical fashion. Sounds strange, why would you hand over vertically? The reason is because when people sometimes hand over a sheet of paper or hand over something, they're sometimes awkward and they're handing it over sideways, and people are kind of looking at it, they're unsure on what it is, and you actually want to place it in their hand like it's in their chest, so they have to grab it. And then you let go. And then they're holding on to the clipboard, and if they're holding onto the clipboard, they have to be listening to you, and they can't run away. So when you hand the clipboard over, you say, "Hi, I'm Lee Doran, I'm with such and such organization, we're working to get this done. Take a look and make sure you agree with what we're doing." And when you say, "Make sure you agree with what we're doing," you hand it over. Then they're reading it because it's in their hand. And you can say, "What we're working to do is," and you state clearly what you're working to do, and then you literally hand them your pen. You never use the phrase, "we're trying to get something to get done." Never use the word trying. Why? Trying implies that you are not quite established at what you're doing. You haven't reached that particular goal. Nothing is in the works yet. A lot of people won't want to help you out if they think that something's not in the works. You always say, "We're working on X. We're working to get this done in your community. We're working to get someone to come to our campus." So, "Hi, I'm Lee Doran. I'm with this organization. Take a quick look at our goals. Make sure you agree with what we're doing. We're working on this right now. Other people are helping us out. Why don't you take your name, take my pen, and jot down your name, and you can help us out with this."
Once you've drawn them in, it's time to seal the deal and get their contact info.
We would just get them to sign up and sign around politician too, and pass out a free constitution for engaging us in thought, and then we'd send them, sign up for our group too, and then we'd send them on their way and talk to the next guy who heard us shouting stuff.
After someone writes down their contact info, you should give them something to take with them that will keep the club in their mind.
We passed out over 100 constitutions.
Pocket constitutions are one great item. Pens, pencils, or fridge magnets are good too. You're looking for something that people won't throw away immediately. Your national organization probably has something that would work great, so give them an email.
One of the things we had to do is just apply and just say, "Yeah, can we have just a bunch of constitutions?" Just kind of a short description of what we plan to do that day. So I did that application myself. I just filled it out, gave them my mailing address, and a few days later, 100 constitutions on my doorstep. They also sent us a few books and literature and stuff like that along with the constitutions. So it was good communication, and they help out our chapters, our local chapters a lot, because we don't really have too many means. We're not rich. We're just college students who are broke. So they're just helping us along, trying to give us the materials. And that's really all we need. We just need materials and stuff like that, and we can do the rest. We can do the activism.
I also talked to Mike about the process of discovering, entering, and winning the contest. He told me that documentation, especially video, was the most important part of the Wisconsin group's success in the contest.
They advertised it through their mass email list. They posted on the YL National blog, and then they offered prizes for first place, for second place, for third place. It's good for YL National to give to the groups that are really active, like a camera, so that we can record every single thing that we do and then put it up on YouTube, make videos with that. So because filming events you really have to do that, because in this day and age, if it's not on YouTube, if it's not caught on video or photographs, it didn't happen. One of the main reasons we won is because only a few chapters actually made videos, and I think our video probably was the best. And it helped that Young Americans for Liberty National can now send out the video like I made to all the donors and be like, "Hey, these people are really going to town. They're really passionate about these ideas." And having a videos, especially in our ADD culture, is the best thing you can do. We won a $250 flip pan, and it says we have a choice of what we want to pick out as far as the design, but I think the one we're going to get is "Don't Tread on Me."
In addition to the practical tips for executing a good recruiting table, talking with Mike helped me understand how local chapters and national groups depend on each other. For Bureaucrash, I'm Grant Babcock, reminding you that even in the fight for individual liberties, no one stands alone.